Hey, literacy class. It's so good to see you. I miss you guys a ton, and I'm just excited to at least be here and go over some of our lessons. It's not like being in class exactly, but the lessons are the same. So hopefully you guys are keeping up with it, and most of you are turning everything in and doing a great job. I'm so proud of you. So you're doing really good. All right, today we're going to get on our Fundations lesson. So I need you to get out your notebook, like your green notebook or your yellow notebook, whatever color notebook you have, just a plain notebook. And we're going to open it up and we are going to learn about some silent letters. So pause this if you need to. Now, there are some letter combinations in our English language and you put them together and one of them just goes silent. We just have a silent letter. So we're going to talk about a few of them together. So the first one we have WR. So write down WR in your notebook. Now, if I was going to say, let's wrap up a present, and I have spelled that. Actually, let me let's type it. W-R, see if I can do it. Let's do hold on. W-R-A-P. So go ahead and write that down. Now, if I say, I'm going to wrap a present, do I say, I'm going to wrap a present? I don't, because that W is silent and you just hear the R sound. When you have a W-R together, you just hear the sound and that W falls silent, okay? Now, you'll sometimes see that also with an RH. So if you see an RH, guess what is silent this time? The H is silent. You're, again, just going to hear that R sound. Like if I had the word rhyme. Let's see if I can get this to work. RH. Oh, hold on. Let's do R-H-Y-M-E. I'm not going to say, okay, what word rhymes with beat, right? I say what word rhymes with beat because you do not hear that H sound. It goes silent. It's one of those silent things in there, okay? I know you guys have seen the GN before. If I see a GN, do I hear the G or do I hear the N? Let's think of a word like a little gnat flying around. If you see a GN together, you're only going to hear the N sound. So the G, like in the word gnat, you can write that down. The G is silent. Silent G. It's not gnat or gnome. It's just gnat. Okay? Now you definitely know KN. You definitely know KN. If I see a K and an N together, do I say K or do I say N? You only hear the N sound. So let's think of an example of that word. What about I know something? If you know something, you don't hear the K, you just hear the N, right? What about if you have an M and an N together? Have you guys ever seen an M and an N together? Well, if you see an M and an N together, you're not going to hear the no, you're not going to hear the N sound, right? The N is going to be silent, so you're just going to hear the N. So like in a word like, let's try that again. Like if you have a word like column, like you say, oh, I have a column of words all listed to each other. You're not going to hear the N sound. I don't say I have a column or I don't have a column, right? But if you see those two together, it's kind of a weird one to have together, but you don't hear the N. You just hear the sound, okay? All right. If you have an MB, like my thumb, do I say, look at my thumb? No, it's weird, but you only hear the sound. Sorry, that's an M. So, for example, if I have thumb, that B is going to be silent. Silent B. And last one, here's another one with a G, but unlike up here with this one where you hear the N, with this one you hear the G, and you don't hear the H, right? So if you have GH together, you're just going to hear the G sound, like in the word ghost, right? In ghost, I don't say, oh, look at that crazy ghost flying around. No, you just say, look at that ghost, and you don't hear the H. So in your list of spelling words, when you're practicing them today or this week, try to circle the letters that you don't hear and say, oh, that's funny. That's a silent letter just in these words, okay? All right, go ahead and get out your Castle notebook. Get out your Castle notebook and press pause if you need to. it's kind of funny. We are going to be on the same page as we were on last week. We're on page 98 and page 101. Now, the words that we're going to be working on today, let's see if I can insert a little box for you guys to see so we can separate these out. We're going to do this one, but we need to not have it filled in. No fill. And let's do a better outline. Let's do like this. Okay, so today we're going to do two words that sound the same, but they mean totally different things. And it's nose and nose. So it's kind of funny, on page 998, we have this nose that's K-N-O-W-S. Like he knows the answer to that problem, right? So the definition you're going to write down is when you are aware of a fact. And it's kind of funny because, oops, there we go. It's also part of the word new, right? And you have new right next door. So I just pointed an arrow right there and be like, he knew the answer. Oh, he knows the answer, right? It's just in your brain, the K-N-O-W, when you think or you know something. Okay, the other nose is going to be on page 101, so pause it if you need to. And it's going to be the nose on your face. So the part of your face that you smell and breathe with is your nose, right? So you can draw a picture of a face and draw an arrow to your nose. So go ahead and pause the video and write down those two definitions real quick. Okay, let's go ahead and get your passport out. And we are going to look at our first foundation page. This is pretty easy. We have nose and we have nose. So I don't know if it's going to let me draw. It probably won't let me draw a picture on it. But this one, you've got to think the nose, just with an N, is the nose on your face. The nose with a K is the no in your brain. So you might want to draw a picture of a nose right there and a picture of a brain right here for nose, or like point to your brain right there. So for number one, it said Philip blank many words in German. Does he knows very many words, or does he knows? Philip knows, so that one's going to be with a K. My grandma knows how to make great rhubarb pie. Is that nose like this with a K, or does she nose with her N? Not with her nose, right? With her K, with her brain nose. Your nose is red. Is it very cold today? Oh, that's going to be your nose with an N. Okay. So don't forget to finish that up and write two good sentences. And I'm going to be checking those this week for capitals and periods and good handwriting. So go ahead and get those Foundations pages done. You're going to do great. Can't wait to see it. And we'll be back in a little bit and have our other video for editing and grammar. Make sure you do your spelling and your days. And you guys are going to do great. Okay, see you in a bit.